Hey, good evening, softball fans, and welcome to let's get that fixed. Welcome to another night talking softball. Delighted that you chose to be with us on this too on Monday night, whatever night it is, figured out. Big show lined up for you tonight. Of course, we're going to talk to Alexan Blackwell, the young lady out of Sterlington. We'll visit with her. We'll see the ever exciting Ava Webb, Bunky's third baseman and pitcher, and just whatever else they need done, she can take care of for you there. And Brenna Lamkin joins us too. Look, I'm telling you, softball season, has it been as long for you guys as it has been for me? It's been one of those seasons, and we're just getting into the time where it's good. I mean, it's playoff time, but we've still got another night ahead. And a lot of stuff has worked itself out as far as it goes to number one seeds. And we'll get to that for you in just a minute also. But we'll look at some seeds that we have locked up that there's 1 through 4 in a few of the divisions that you won't see any change in. But there's one division that we'll talk about. 1 and 2 are pretty booked up. But 3 through 7, anything can happen, and you've got some big games going on with that tomorrow night before this whole thing wraps up. So, man, when I'm telling you we've got a lot going on, we have a lot going on. Congratulations, and we'll get a couple of these up and going right now. Landry Long, the young lady out of LaSalle, pitched them to a state championship last year. She is back in the circle, hammering the softball, and she got her invitation today. So we are grateful that Coach Todd let us interrupt their practice. But Landry Long joins the Pelican State Rising Stars All-Star game, and glad to see that. And a young lady that we have just, I guess, started following a little bit lately. And I'm telling you what, wherever you're at, if things are going on, eventually we're going to find you. It's just me covering this. I think this has nothing to do with the fact that they play softball with the Pelican State Rising Stars softball. I don't know how that happened, but Lila Madere, Madere, out of St. Thomas Aquinas there on the North Shore, is one of our new invitees to this game as well. So we're delighted to have her. Leads the state in runs scored, is right up there in batting average and just in RBI, and is having a tremendous season down there. So we're excited, and who knows who else will start popping in on there too. We've got an idea of a lot of them, but you have to join along. Let's take a look at some of the scores. Again, here in just a few minutes, we're going to get Alexan Blackwell that's going to join us, but I wanted to look at some of the scores that were out there from tonight. And again, in the comment section, if you've got something, if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube or you're even watching over on Twitter, you can put in a message right there on what you're watching, and it'll pop up to us, and we'll get it on the screen. First time ever that we're doing dual streaming. And look, I think I have too much time on my hands because we're doing a vertical stream on YouTube and we're doing this regular one. I don't know that has any bearing on anything, but we have it. Go out to Winfield and Stanley. Winfield, the big 1-0 win. Carly Caskey taking care of things on her own. Great defense behind her. Solo home run on the night, and she also throws 7 innings in the circle, 9 punch-outs, 5 hits. Got the win in that game, 1-0. Coach Abels and that Winfield team are poised in there. We'll talk about them a little bit more as we go along. Quitman moves to 20-9 on the season. They get a big 10-run victory over Tioga tonight. That was on the road. That was out at Ward 10 in Tioga. Hallie Kate Pullig, one of our all-stars, 3 for 5 on the night, 3 runs scored, 3 RBI, 2 big home runs on the night. Anna Claire Leach, she got back in the starting lineup, and that's kind of helped things start to click. She's back in the leadoff spot. She had a home run tonight. Maggie Guyot, the senior, headed up to ULM. Y'all know about she's going to Tech. Well, I'm going to get in trouble for that one. Maggie hit her 70th career home run. That's just phenomenal. 2 for 5 on the night. Has 298 career hits. She's 2 away from 300. So we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow night into the playoffs when that happens. Brenna Lamkin, who will be on the show tonight too. Brenna's going to join us. She had 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 11 strikeouts on the night. Oakdale, walk-off winner, 14-12. Ainsley Willis hits a 2-run triple in the bottom of the 7th to win that game. 12 runs that she gave up. That was 14-12. Only 4 of those earned. Tough night able to battle through and get that done. 10 strikeouts on the night. Thing that got her 9 walks she gave up, and that kept her in trouble a lot of the night. Madison Sumler goes 4 for 5, 3 runs scored, and 4 RBI. So we'll talk about that some more. But you guys aren't here. The folks that are up there watching, I would like to think that you're here for me, but I think it's those superstar guests that we have. So let's go up to the northeast portion of the state, and let's go ahead and bring in Alexan Blackwell. Alexa joins us today. Alexa, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. You guys had a afternoon game today. Tell me about that.
We started off good. We jumped on them really quick, scored some runs at the top. Our defense held down and made sure they didn't, get any of those runs back. And Ansley really pitched a good game and carried us through that a lot. So I thought it was pretty good for us.
Look, it definitely was. And you're a catcher for the Lady Panthers, but I think you've played some other positions. I don't know if coach comes to you and says, "Hey, Alexa, we need you here." I don't think there's any question you're going to go wherever he needs you.
Yes, sir.
What is it about the game that you just seem, and I go back to that Menard game where you had the little play that ended up being the run that would eventually be the winner on there, and you could see you're skipping off the field. I think we got more comments on that than we did anything else. What is it about playing this game that's so fun?
Oh, I just love the team and the bond that you make while playing softball with these girls and how it's
Uh-oh.
just.
Can you still hear me, Alexa?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Did she lose? Am I good on this end? Is the Wi-Fi on or off?
Well, I think that I don't know if it's yeah, I don't know if it's freezing on your side of it, but occasionally it does on mine. I think I've got you back though.
Yes, sir.
All right, so tell us about life in Sterlington, and I mean, you guys a great season last year, another great one this year, and you're right there close to moving up a little bit more. I think. Let me look. There is where are you at over here? I think there's not but a little bit of percentage points separating you and Pine Prairie, 0.08 away from fourth place. And that 4 and 5 is a big difference.
Yes, sir. Um, yeah, they're a pretty good team. I've seen them play.
I'm gonna have you pop out and then jump back in if that's okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Having a little bit difficulties there. We'll get her back in just a second. Make sure that she hops back on. Boy, this computer. Let's get over there to the comments and see what's going on. There's a hi there, Coach. What's my channel about? Well, just watch and you'll see what my channel's about. There you go. Coach Dodson says hello there. Coach Abear is in the house. Coach Alicia Abear. And don't care about the Masters. But we got a lot of folks that are jumping in tonight. There's Alexa that joined us back. Alexa, can you hear me a little better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hopefully the hamster's running and everything's going on. So the last question we asked you was, what was it that makes Sterlington so special?
Sterlington's community and the way that we all just work together is super special to us. And we always know that we have each other's backs on anything. And yeah, we're just really a good community overall. Like we all know that we're there for each other if we need anything. You got your neighbor beside you that have eggs for you or have your back for anything.
Look, we've watched you guys a couple of times, and Coach Tannehill has you guys playing pretty scrappy. I mean, you get after it. What kind of energy do you guys take from him?
Well, he just starts off the day like in school, even before practice, he makes sure that we're pumped up, ready to play. And sometimes he can tell when, we're kind of flatlining. And so, he makes sure that he like, picks up and helps us get back going. And yeah, that he's really helpful because he gets on us sometimes and it works. So
Look, sometimes you have to do that, but it's the hard work that y'all put in, and it's no secret. You can look on X or Twitter or whatever it's called these days, and you're posting videos about the work that you're putting in. None of this comes easy, and none of this is luck or a mistake. It's the hard work that you put into it.
well, thank you.
What is it that drives you to work like that?
Well, it's just really kind of the goals that I have, and I make sure that if I want to reach those goals, I obviously have to put in work, even on days that, I don't want to or I'm tired. I know that if I do this, I can achieve big things.
When you get ready for the dash for Frasch, and it's on us right now, you're in one of the toughest divisions that are out there. What does this season and the hard work that you put in, how does that carry you into the playoffs?
Well, it really, we've had no days off for practice, which is also a blessing, but that is it can help us with the routine plays and we're ready for the tough teams to play us and we all kind of just work together and use each other as a tool really to work together and you know beat the good teams.
Look, there's a lot of them in there too. And you mentioned the word day off. I didn't think you even that was in your vocabulary because I
No,
don't know summertime here any day you're not away from the game.
no sir.
Right. Is there anything that Alexa Blackwell does that's not softball related?
Well, I used to do basketball, but now that I kind of gotten to the point where colleges could look at me and stuff, I've kind of um wanted to zone in on softball and make sure that I'm the best I could be.
Well, you're doing a tremendous job with it, and I'll tell you what coaches look at too. And we've had a lot of conversations with them, and you've heard people tell you this before. They're watching what you do away from the field. They're watching what you do when you're in the dugout and all of that. And look, everything that I've seen, it's been top notch. So continue to do that. What do you do when the season's over with? No matter when it is, do you take a week or two to decompress? Or are you jumping right into travel?
I'm jumping right into travel. I might take a day or two off, but really, I'm I'm jumping right into travel ball. I'm getting ready for our organization practice and our next tournaments and stuff like that.
And most of the work that you do when y'all are out of town until July and those big dates away are on the weekends, right?
Yes, sir. I think so. Yes, sir.
Okay. So here's what I need you to do for me then. It's a Tuesday and Wednesday in May 26th and 27th. I need you to put that date on the calendar because I'd like to officially invite you to take part in our Pelican All Star game coming up, a Rising Stars game. We value the work that you put in, and we think that you'd fit in with this group that we're assembling.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, we're excited about it, no doubt about it. You just make sure that those catching skills are in line because there are a lot of good pitchers that are going to be down there for this too. But when you get to take part in something like that, what do you think that you take out of it? Because showcasing your talent's one thing, but you're going to be able to feed off of a whole lot of other players that have the same type of outlook that you do.
So I honestly take if there's a catcher better than me, I learn from her and like I talk to her and so we can get on a good page so that I can know her secrets and like what helps her. And
The-
I
That's one of the
iron
things.
sharpens iron.
Look, and I love that, and that's one of the things that I think I've found. And I raised two boys, and we were in baseball. We were in the baseball field all the time, and they didn't share stuff on there. It's such a competition level that was there, and I know there's competition with you ladies. I get that, but y'all are all working to make each other better. And I think that does that. I think that's such a great thing because there is so much knowledge around the state.
Yes, sir.
Look, if you've got a memory from this season, what do you think would be a good memory? We'll talk about a negative one too, if you want to, a bad one. Maybe something happened you didn't expect. But what's a good memory from the season this year?
A good memory from this season would actually, I think it would be in practice when we're all just like, we have a little game at the end of practice and you know, it's related to softball, but we get to, you know, cut up a little bit. And it's just when we're all having fun together and we're not really focused on like messing up or being so serious. And it's just a whole bunch of laughs and like, my teammates just really learn to gel together like that and they're funny.
Well, that's part of what we see out of this too, and you see the comments starting to make their way in here. Folks in the chat are doing a tremendous job. A lot of support for you, Alexa. No doubt about that. But no, you could tell. All right, so and sometimes this isn't a great one, but what's something that you got to say? You know what, this stinks, and I just hope it doesn't happen anymore.
Well, again, I'd have to say it's out of practice and we were just not doing good one day and Coach Tannehill got sick of it and just sent us out. So
Y'all all got kicked out of practice.
yes.
Hmm. How did next practice go?
Well, it was actually a game the next day, which was even worse. We were scared. It was very nerve-wracking. We were all like, okay, we better be on our best game today. We got to act like nothing happened yesterday and just, uh, you know, just reboot. Like we got to shake that off and come back, act like nothing happened.
How did the game go? The next one.
I think it went pretty well.
Okay, so it worked. So see, he
Yes.
did that. He did a great job with it. Well, Alexa, we appreciate you taking time to visit with us tonight, and have wanted to get you invited for a few weeks, and tried to make our way all around, but it's just impossible these days. But certainly wanted to get this to you, and we'll get a certificate up to you the next time that we see you. I'll send all the information over to you. But congratulations, and welcome to the Pelican All Star Rising Star softball games.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Alexa Blackwell, Sterlington Lady Panthers got a battle for that 4-5 seed coming up. They're .08 behind the Pine Prairie Lady Panthers. Alexa, thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. Alexa Blackwell joining us on here. And boy, just does a great job at everything that she does. And look, I'm telling you, and this is no knock on baseball, and I get, and it is what it is, and I know all of that. But these girls put some work in. I mean, you look. We've been up to Calvary and seen their training. We've been out to Menard and seen the way that they work on here. All around the state, they're putting in work, and these young ladies will absolutely do that. And that was Alexa Blackwell that joined us there, and we just a big night going on tonight. And look, here's the problem with the next interview that's coming up. All right, is this one's just really shy, and so may not be able to get a word or two out of her. Anybody that knows who's coming up next knows that's not true. So let's go ahead and bring her in here. She's a junior from Bunkie. Louisiana, the Lady Panthers, and it's Ava Webb. Ava, welcome.
Hey, Mr. Doug, how are you?
Look, I am doing so good, having a great time. Big win tonight for you ladies. Tell us about that before we get going.
Yes, sir. We had three bombs, one by our senior, an eighth grader, and a junior. So that was huge momentum for us. Grand slam by our senior. So that was awesome all around.
Look, there's always I can only imagine Coach Kate at that point when that grand slam goes out because she gets a little excited too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She was really excited. We all were.
Look, I can see that. That's one thing. The games that we have been around and seen, you ladies have a lot of fun with what you do. You made the comment, and let's hit on that too because it is important. You had a senior hit a home run, had an eighth grader that hit a home run. Y'all are spread out on there. You've got a lot of young people. Only two seniors, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We have a lot of young people. So I'm really excited. Of course, want to finish this year out, but the future of Bunkie High is really bright.
Yeah, look, somewhere Coach Kate's like, shh, stop that. We're not worried about the future on there. But no, you get it because there is so much to build on and work on. And look, I want to talk a lot about softball with you too, but I have to wait on that. I can't do that right now because I have to ask you about this. Tell me about that.
Yes, sir. I'm the state beta vice president. That was an awesome experience. And I'm going to be competing at nationals in the summer. And I cannot wait.
What do you compete? What do you do for national vice president, or what is it that you'll go?
Yes, sir. So I'm going to be competing for national vice president.
I love it. Is there any downtime for you? Is there ever time where you just rest and aren't doing anything?
I like to say yes, but I don't even like to rest.
I see that. Anybody that knows that. And so you heard a little bit of the interview with Alex, and I'll ask you this question too. A highlight from the season that you've had this year. What is one of those moments that stood out and you said, you know what, this was a lot of fun. This is what I like about softball.
Um, Other day when our freshman pitcher Aubrey Dakota threw that no hitter, I was so excited for her. That was so awesome.
So here's what's great about Ava Webb, and I'm speaking to the folks at home. There are a lot of them that are on and doing this. Anybody that knows her knows this is the thing. But I've asked you two good questions. I asked you about the game tonight, and then I asked you about a favorite memory. And not one of it's been about you. It's been about your teammates and everybody else. And I think, Ava, that's what makes you so special.
Yes, sir. Team sport. I mean, no one can do it alone, and it takes all of us to win a game. No one can win it alone.
Absolutely, it is. So when you see the plays given, because we saw you guys back in the Paris Jamboree at the first of the season on there too, and that's when we first noticed the younger players out there. Young lady in center field just has a rocket of an arm that's out there. She's going to be a good one. What do you do as an upperclassman? And that's tough to even say that you're growing up now. You're that upperclassman. What do you do on the field to work with those younger players? Because not always can they respond to just the verbal. They've got to see what you're doing on the field.
Yeah, lead by example, keeping it fun for them. Just if I'm playing fun, they're gonna play fun and light, and just they're gonna be looking up to me. So keeping it fun for them, so they're gonna have fun because they have 4 more years of this. So making it the best years.
Look, I love it. Who was that person or two that young little ninth grade Ava looked up to?
Oh, I gotta say Shay Jordan. Shay, cool. She kept it real. She kept it really fun for us. Always dancing, leading, encouraging us, keeping it real with me. She was the best. I love her.
Look, that's just great. All right, so I think you guys are done with the season, or do you have? Are you so your regular season is over with?
Yes, sir. We finished tonight.
You're finished up tonight. All right. So we're waiting on the brackets, and we'll have our bracket show that's on there. Now, summertime, when it rolls around, do you take any time off, or are you right into it?
I might take a week to spend with some of my friends, but no, I'm right back into it. Plan on United with Coach Chris this summer, so I'm really excited for that.
Look, he's a good one. There's
Oh
there's
yeah.
no doubt about that. He is he is definitely one of those. Levance checking in with us. Always great to see a friend of the show checking in. He says, "Go Ava," without a doubt. So you've heard, of course, I am grateful for the support that you've shown us. There's no doubt about it. But it's certainly not without reward. We certainly enjoy following your career and know that you've got another season. But this one's special. This one is a good one. You guys are putting together a great season, and I don't want to go another day without giving this invitation to you. We want you to be part of our All-Star game that's coming up on May 26th and 27th. I don't think if we could look out and pick an ambassador for softball in the state of Louisiana, we'd find a better one than you, and your talent backs it up. So this is your official invitation, and we'd love to extend that to you now.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Doug.
Absolutely. So you think you can carve out a little time between friends and travel and all of that other stuff to come down to Pineville for a couple of days and play softball?
Yes, sir. I'm excited. Play with some of my friends over there too, and meet some new people. So I'm really excited.
Look, it's there's a lot of talent all around the state, and that's why we've put a rule in that if there's multiple players off the same team, they can't play together. If your coach is in this and you're a player in it, you can't play on the same team either. So we're mixing up a lot of those things, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And it starts with you, and we couldn't think of a better person to have out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got it. Anybody you'd like to say hi to out there?
Shout out Coach Kate. You're a real one.
Look,
And Coach Hillman. And Coach Hillman.
That's right. See, there's Coach Kate, and there are a lot of people that are in here. Lindsay says she's proud of you. So there you go. And look there. I don't ever get these type of comments and people that I'm learning the secret here is to get you ladies on this show and do a great job. I mean, they're flying in. I'm gonna have to start putting $1 on there for everyone. No, we're not doing that at all. But Ava, we appreciate the work that you put in, and you're one of those persons that people that loves the sport more than you love winning, and that's what keeps you successful at winning. So keep up the good work and a good luck in the future, and we look forward to seeing you in that deep run in the playoffs, and of course, as our Pelican State All-Star. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Doug.
There you go. Ava Webb joins us here all the way from Bunkie, Louisiana, and that's not very far up the road, but we're glad to have her on here. Ava, we'll talk again real soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, see you. Ava Webb joining us on here, and I'm telling you, if you won't find many people that are more fired up about life and about softball and about just being a kid than Ava Webb. She is a Bunkie junior this year, so we're glad to have her on there. Big crowd that is on here. I know you guys aren't in here for me, so quickly we're a little bit ahead of schedule, and I love that. That'll give us plenty of time, but we're going to go back up to the northeast-ish section of it, I guess you will, up the road, not far from where we're at, into Quitman, and our friend Brenna Lamkin joins us. Brenna, what's happening?
Nothing much, just a bunch of softball.
You telling me about it. Y'all had a big one tonight. Tell us about that.
Yes, sir. Tioga, they're a good team, but just went up there with confidence, trusting in my pitches, and my defense and offense had her back tonight, so that was good.
How much easier is it? Let me get us both. How much easier is it when Hallie's doing what she did tonight? AC was doing her thing. Maggie was doing it. I mean, it's got to make you pitch a little more comfortably when they're bombing the ball out the park.
Yes, sir. It definitely takes some relief off my back to just relax and do what I know I can do when I know the offense is working.
All right, so we'll go back to the last couple of years. You guys are back-to-back state champions. Everybody knows that in Class B. And the general consensus, the fear, the uncommon knowledge, whatever it was, is that, Quitman's not going to be back because Callie's gone. I have not seen that at all. You have stepped into the circle. Maggie has done that. it is completely this year's team. Yes, she's gone, and yes, she's at LSU and all that, but I don't think you guys have really missed a beat.
Yes, sir. We just took that as confidence to get better and work harder to prove that we can still win without Callie, even though she was very beneficial for us. But yeah, we just got to believe in ourselves and put in work for it.
Look, and I guess the point was that early on, you got your own identity. Is there? Is it? It was this Quitman team because Ponder behind the dish has come on strong for y'all. Of course, we talked about Holly Kate. What is it? Zoe over at first base. It's just a team that everybody. It's not one. You don't look at one person and say, "Okay, this is going on" or "This is going on." Every night, everybody's just chipping in together.
Yes, sir. Everyone's doing their job, and I love it.
When Coach Johnson said, "Hey, look, Brenna, you're going to be pitching a lot more this year," was that something that kind of scared you a little bit, or just like, let's go?
Well, at first I was like a little because I've never pitched as much as I am this year, but I took it as to work better and trust in myself and just to do good. And now that we're into it, I'm like, okay, I got this. Now I'm ready for playoffs.
I mean, well, and that's a big point too that we'll talk about. Coach Johnson has never, ever, ever, and I don't know there's enough evers that I can say, been one to back away from playing whoever was out there. So here it is, your first year that you're pitching as much as you are. Doesn't matter. You can look at Dash for Frasch competitors that you guys have scheduled this year, and it's just been one learning experience after another.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he doesn't we don't shy away from competition. We play good teams that prepare us for playoffs so that we just crush every team in playoffs.
What's been your biggest challenge this year, you think? What's the one thing that you said, you know what, the first of the year I struggled here, but now I think I'm doing a little bit better at it?
Working on not giving up as many walks this year and hitting definitely.
Well, it looks like you did that. We saw you down there at the tournament, and of course, some big games down there. I don't think the games went like you did, but here you are sitting as a number 2 seed, just right behind Stanley, and it seems like it's been you and Stanley the last few years on there too. Which those type of rivalries are pretty good. Without looking ahead, I know that you ladies have to focus on what you're doing now. What's the mindset there as you set to finish the season in the number 2 spot?
Just going out there with confidence, knowing that we're a good team, that no matter who we play, we just go out there and try do our best.
All right, so here's an easy one for you. Brenna Lamkin away from softball. What are you doing? What do you like to do in your spare time?
I used to play basketball, but it took up too much time from softball, so I quit that so that I could focus on colleges like looking at me. And then travel ball in the summer, so there's not much away from softball.
Spare time's kind of a funny question, isn't it? You don't
Yes,
get much of that. How do you balance the workload you have? Because when softball's here, I mean, y'all are, and it's just not the 57 days of the regular season. Of course, you have the playoffs, but I think y'all get started back in January with what you do. Probably are doing a lot of stuff in the fall. So how is it that you get so focused right now and ready to go?
Just going, working hard in the off season, lifting weights, practicing every single day. We don't hardly get any off days. And when we do get one, we're still all coming up to the field to hit to get better. So.
All right. So pretend like Coach Dodson's not listening to this. All right. Just pretend like it. I need to have your best Coach Justin Dodson story. If something just really funny that strikes out, let me at you. This is what I want now.
Okay, so whenever someone like pops up or something, it's always like hands on his knees and he just puts his head down, shakes his head, or his arms are crossed and like just like looking up. Uh,
Look, I know the work that he puts in with you ladies, and loves it. No doubt about it. Looking forward to another deep run, and I'm not going to look at the bracket or get ahead or any of that. But there's an exciting few games left to go in ahead of you
yes,
ladies.
sir.
So, Brenna, thank you for joining us. Before you get
Thanks
out
for
of
having
here,
me.
we're not letting you out of here that quick. The work that you've done at the plate, in the circle, in the field, because there's times that you're not pitching either,
Yes,
and
sir.
doing a great job with it too. And you're one of the future stars of this sport. There's no doubt about it. And so we want to reward that by inviting you to play in our All-Star game. It is May 26th and 27th at Louisiana Christian University. And Hallie Kate is already on that team, but you're not going to get to play with her. So there may come a time you have to pitch against her. We'll see about that. But we want to invite you to be a part of that game.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
We look forward to it too. Is there anybody that's watching here that maybe there's texting you or that you need to send a shout out to?
Definitely Maggie. She's been like a big sister to me for the past few years. And my pitching coach, Phil Gartman, he's worked with me the past few years and he's got me to where I am today. So without him, I definitely wouldn't be pitching how I am right now. So
Look, that's that's great. It's so specialized. I love it. Let me ask you, and before we get out of here, and this is one more question, if you don't mind, we'll ask you about this too. Tell me about your relationship with Maggie, because she seems on the outside. I don't know her like y'all know her, just as that genuine person that everybody wants to play along with as a teammate. Is that what you get?
yes, sir. I've been close to Maggie since my 8th grade year. She tells me what I need to hear all the time, not what I want to hear, and which I love most about her, about that. And she's competitive. She's sweet, kind-hearted, and my biggest supporter, honestly. Love Maggie. I'm so sad to see her go. I'm not ready for her to leave yet, but definitely going to be watching her at Tech next year. So
Look, so what do you take out of your relationship with Maggie that when you become that junior and senior, that you're able to turn around with some of these younger players? Because Quitman is a school that's based on 7th and 8th graders and younger players coming up and playing and being successful. And college or high school life is a little bit more difficult for them because you guys are competing for championships every year. So what do you draw from that you're able to take and pass on to some of those younger players?
Well, Maggie's always been the team leader, so after she graduates, I plan on stepping up, trying to be a leader for the younger girls also, and just trying to make the game fun for everybody like she does.
Look, I absolutely love that. And you can hear it. You can hear the genuineness in your voice. Brenna Lamkin, tremendous work throughout the season. We kind of got an eye on it last year, and a lot of folks were telling us, hey, one you need to watch is Brenna. And you've proven that. So congratulations on the season that you've had so far, the number 2 seed. As you move into the playoffs, we look forward to a return trip down to Frasch. And then we'll see you here in Pineville on May 26th and 27th in our Rising Stars All-Star game.
Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you for stopping in. Brenna Lamkin, all the way from Quitman, joins us tonight. Brenna, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's how we do it on a Monday night. Don't forget, tomorrow night, we'll be over on our other channel. We'll be on the Pelican Softball Report channel when we come live to you, because at 7 o'clock, they're going to do the baseball bracket reveal. And then Wednesday night will be our show. So make sure that you're back here on Wednesday night from 7 till I don't know when. There's no cap to this show. We try to keep these shows 45 minutes or an hour or so and do that. But before we get out of here tonight, I told you that we would look at all of the brackets. Let's go and jump on these real quick before we get out of here too. There is Brian Guyat said, congratulations, Brenna. But Zachary says, congratulations, Lex. And so here's Coach, we'll have to have one. I knew that he would be in watching that too. So Coach Justin Dodson said that's not true. I somehow believe that it might be. Let's jump back over now into our brackets on there, and so we'll start with, let's see, where do we want to start? B and C. Let's do that. B, Stanley lost tonight. You saw that game. They lost 1-0 to Winfield. That bracket's not going to change. They're going to stay at number 1. Quitman's going to stay at number 2. 3 and 4 will stay the same there. North Lake Christian in Class C, that's not going to change. I think they're 5 points ahead of anybody else, so that bracket's not going to change at all. In the non-select bracket, D1 non-select, Walker, they're going to be number 1. That's not going to change at all. They will be there. Division 2, North DeSoto, that's not going to change any. They're going to stay there. I think they've been at 1 most all of the season. Gina, that game won't change. 1, 2, and 3 in Division 3 non-select is going to be the same. Where you've got a chance at a flip-flop, at a little bit of an adjustment, and they're not going to like to hear this in Pine Prairie. They're cheering for it in Sterlington, but you got to go out and take care of business tomorrow night. Pine Prairie still has a game, and they've got a .08 lead. What's the difference in 4 to 5, you say, Doug? Well, it's pretty important because 5 travels to 4 in order to play that quarterfinal game to get into Frasch, and you'd much rather play that quarterfinal game at your home park. I don't care who you are on there. So keep an eye. We will have Pine Prairie and Menard for you tomorrow night live on the channel. So, we won't be. Yeah, we'll be on the air sometime. It'll probably be this time, but in the afternoon tomorrow. And I don't know if that game's a 5:30 game or what it is. Maybe if Coach Alicia's in there or Coach Brad or somebody that's in there that has the time of that game. I think it's 5:30, but we will be there for that one. Division 4, LaSalle is locked in. They're not going anywhere now. Where things get interesting is 2, 3, and 4. There's only a .51 difference between 2, 3, and 4. And that has to do with home and away and all of that. When you do, if you are able to make it to Frasch, and when you get to Sulphur, anything can happen. Let's jump over to D1 Select. Top 4 seeds are set. There's not going to be any movement in there. Mount Carmel will be number 1. Pineville's going to be number 2. Archbishop Chappelle, the Chips, are going to be number 3. John Curtis, the defending state champion, is going to be number 4. And I don't see anything changing on that at all. Division 2, Vanderbilt Catholic and E.D. White have been going back and forth over the last week. Vanderbilt Catholic showed some muster. They had lost 3 in a row after going the entire season without a loss, jumped back up and got a big win, and they took back the number 1 spot, just a few points. Hannon sits there at number 3, and Patrick Taylor is at number 4. In Division 3, Calvary's got it locked up. These top 4 seeds are not going to change. Put them in the bank. That's the deal. Calvary, who is seeking their 6th straight state title. They've won 5 in a row, rolling along undefeated until West Monroe took care of them there in a 3-2 game on there. West Monroe playing as good as anybody is right now. And we'll share some more of that with you in our preview show on Wednesday night, too. But Calvary, number 1. Coach Ashley Cody and Parkview Baptist, the Lady Eagles, are number 2. Coach Del Sarah, Notre Dame, they're number 3. Boy, does this sound familiar to you? I think it does. And Darbone Woods, Coach David DeMoss, Jolie Bennett, the young Aubrey Zachary is there. Kinsley, Isaac, they're poised to make a run. Darbone Woods, keep an eye on them. But Calvary, Parkview, Notre Dame, and Darbone, that's not going to have any. And Division 4, we saved this one for you. And we've termed it as moving day. Riverside, number 1. Riverside Academy, they're not going anywhere. They're locked in at number 2. Glenbrook, even with their loss tonight, they're locked in. They're going to be the 2 seed on there, 1 and 2. Coach Tyler Cox trying to make it to Sulphur for the first time as a coach. Keep an eye on the Apaches. Gabby Brown leading things off for you. Hallie Sutton can play anywhere you needed to. Gabby Ellie Earnhardt is there. A lot of them, and I don't want to start. Oh, Savannah Mangrum is there in the circle for them. She's been a great one. Nobody wants to draw the Apaches. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now, why do you call it moving day? That's kind of corny because 3 through 7 has the opportunity to move around. 7 could go to 3. 3 could go to 7. 6 could, you get the idea. Central Private, Ascension Catholic, Covenant Christian, Holy Savior Menard, and Opelousas Catholic, all within about a point of each other. Already told you about Menard's big game against Pine Prairie. That one is coming up. So anything can happen on there. Regular season for baseball ends today. Softball, it ends tomorrow. There are a lot of good games, and we will be here. I don't know what time we're going to be here tomorrow night. It depends on what time we get back from Pine Prairie. And if they're cooking, I think that, yeah, they're always cooking down there, and that's why we look to do that. But so before we get out, if you've got a game that you were at today, or if you've got a pitching performance, if you've got a shout out for somebody or a story on Coach Dotson that Brenna gave us a little bit earlier that he says doesn't happen, then let's have that too. But let me get over to the schedule for tomorrow, the final day, and we'll take a look at some of these and see if anything really jumps out at me. Northside Christian and Notre Dame. Northside Christian goes to Notre Dame in that game, so they'll be down in Crowley. Avoyelles Public Charter, Coach Thomas Scully, they are at Plainview tomorrow night. Bell City and Iowa. Iowa can slug the softball. They certainly can. They hit the softball like Bell City shoots the three. Glenmore and Leesville playing. Grace Christian hosts Rapides tomorrow night. Pitkin and Pickering do battle. Quitman and Alexandria. Alexandria, the Lady Trojans, move up to Quitman to go play that game. So they've got one more there. Calvary Baptist and Simsboro. Simsboro will go to Shreveport to play Calvary tomorrow. Stanley and Natchitoches Central. Boy, and I told y'all that it's not going to move any. Stanley plays Natchitoches Central. Aaron Gidrose, Peyton Anthony, they've got a battle in there. Zwally and Winfield do battle. The Chips and Vanderbilt Catholic, that one was canceled. A lot of cancellations, but don't get me started on those right now. John Curtis and Santa Ma, that one canceled. Again, don't get me started on that. Mount Carmel and Pope John Paul II, that's a good one. Sam Houston and Barb do battle tomorrow night. R.B. Porsche, Layla Landry and company will do battle there with Barb. That should be a good one. Sam Houston and Barb played baseball when we were up there the other night. Look, that place gets that jammed up. Let's look around. St. Thomas More has Catholic Point Capee. St. Scholastica and St. Michael the Archangel played tomorrow night. Buckeye, Opelousas Catholic. That game is at Opelousas Catholic tomorrow night. Parkview Baptist and Dutchtown, big as any game that there is in town. Ville Platte, Beauchamp, you're starting to see some of these. Darbone Woods and Franklin Parish, they'll do battle. That gives you an idea now of what's going on. Oakdale and Sacred Heart will wrap things up too. So that gives you a little bit of an idea on what's going on tomorrow. Guys, it has been a pleasure having you here. Audience is growing, starting to see more and more folks get into the comments on there. And did you see our latest video that we did? I want to play it for you real quick to get us out. Boy, I'm telling you, if you want to hear the entire song, because we snipped this up, we've got about a 3-minute song. But if this doesn't get you pumped up for Frasch, I don't know what will. Let's let this take us out of here, guys. I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.
Fresh, hear the crowd get loud. Small town diamonds make Louisiana proud. From the north to the coast, every back cracks fast. 4, 4, 6, it's the